Right, we are starting to go live at the moment. Sitting here in Dubai, just getting ready for our power half hour. So our Wednesday call is going to be trading specific. Don't take offense if I'm muting you. I just want to manage some of the recording here. This is a meeting, so it's a bit robust. It's not a one-dimensional webinar. It does mean that we get to communicate with each other, interrupt each other, and all the rest of that. So I'm just going to manage the microphones here. In the meantime, if you can turn your videos on, that's always fantastic. This is that one day, that one moment in the day where we get to hang out together in the midst of Corona and lockdowns, etc. So to every person who's turning on their cameras, thank you so much. I can see Rich Moore over here, Elvin, there's Owen Zimmerman's on the call, Rob Russell. I can see Matthew as well. There's Angela, Gladwin, Ambrosius is in his car there, Arturo, Jennifer, I can see you. There's Louise Kinnear, Maxine as well. We got Hull Taylor's just come onto the call. Fantastic to see. Again, I'm just managing some of the microphones, so don't take any offense if I've muted you. I can see Hassan, there's Matt Dixon, Junior. I can see Junior on the call as well. There's John. Fantastic to see some faces on here. Awesome, awesome stuff. Budra's just gone live as well, and Boosie's coming onto the call. So it's fantastic to see. We've got almost 50 people on today's call, and today's call has a very specific topic. We want to spend a little bit of time talking about the trading contest that is coming through the G999 Gstrade.exchange. So you know how sometimes Binance will host a trading competition, or OKX will, or sometimes Huobi will, or Bybit. You know, it's often that different exchanges host trading competitions in order to kickstart volume on certain coins and pairings. And so Gstrade's doing the same thing. It's launching a trading competition to kickstart volumes. It's quite a specific one. And so I thought what we'd do is quickly go through where to find the contest rules and then go through some really basic strategies. Now, because this is being recorded, I want to make sure that this one point is heard in the first 5 minutes. I want to make this one point. Like any trading competition, a trading competition can cause a coin's price to move in either direction, either in an upward movement or in a downward movement. Remember that a trading competition is where buyers and sellers meet. And so it can have an effect on a coin in an upward direction, or can have an effect on a coin in a downward direction. Now, having said that, if over the next 42 months, because that's how long this contest is running for, it's a month-to-month contest, but it is running for 42 months. If over the next 42 months, a confidence and a strategy and a community slowly gets more and more same-paged in its vision for the coin, you can see the coin move in any direction that that community chooses. So where have we seen this before? In the comments section, if you've been tracking with cryptocurrencies over the last 5, 6, 10 months, just type in the comment section where we've seen unified communities dictate the price of a coin. And again, there's quite a few examples to choose from, so the chat function should be lighting up. I want to encourage you, if you want to take a look at the chat function, whether you're on your smartphone or your laptop. Okay, the one that's coming through the loudest at the moment, the most often, Doge. Doge is such a brilliant example. Dogecoin. Also True Badger, big unified community on a fairly new coin. So Doge is an old coin. In fact, it was pretty defunct when a community decided to suddenly adopt and drive its value. So it had no utility. There was no developer team. The creator of the coin had walked away from the project. And so it was, I'm going to say this, it was ripe for the picking based on the fact that there were no outside influences that could suddenly come in and you know, create a roadblock for that community. So Dogecoin was really fascinating to watch. Again, True Badger is a fairly recent coin, recent project, small community, but driving big value on that. GameStop is a really good example as well, Dimitri. You know, that was one of the 3 in the early days that we watched really starting to do some exciting things. So good examples coming through here. ADA, which is the ticker. So ADA is the ticker. It's the short acronym for Cardano. I'd love all of you after this call, go and find Cardano on a market aggregator like CoinMarketCap and zoom out. So in other words, go and look at the charts over a 5-year period. You're going to see something very interesting. You're going to see it launch. You're going to see it spike. You're going to see it drop. You're going to see it move in a sideways, slow motion drop for 3 years before a community decided, let's do something with this coin. Okay, so interesting to track. We've got Dogecoin sat for 6 years doing nothing. Cardano sat for 3 years. True Badgers had like a bit of a honeymoon period in its launch. And so I want to plant all those seeds, because as I open up my back office, as I take us through some really basic trading thoughts, principles, I want to just start planting the seed that we've got a 42-month journey here. And we as the community can decide on what to do with that. We can all decide to point ourselves in the same direction, or we could choose to have 2 different teams, buyers and sellers, constantly pulling in opposite directions, or we can choose to let the negative people around the world, you know, pull this coin down as well. Those are the 3 options. I mean, that's as a community. That I'm going to say it up front. We're in control of that, and we just get to put our big children's pants on, our grown-up pants on, and we get to decide on a strategy, and we get to exercise those strategies over the next 42 months. Now, I'm going to say it because I've been saying it for probably since September last year already. I'm here to stay. I'm going to keep putting my name, my face, my reputation next to this coin, and I'm going to keep driving value into the community, because I believe that if this community grabs hold of this, that we're going to end up with a community that can drive value back into the coin. So I'm going to say that again. If we can put value into the community, then the community can put value into the coin. And until as a community we realize that, we're going to keep finding people who are playing the victim. Oh, where this is outside of my control. Or we're going to find a whole lot of people who go, hold on a second, I'm going to have a victim mindset in here. I've seen Dogecoin do it. I've seen Cardano do it. I've seen True Badger doing. We've got case study to prove that it's possible. And stop, I'm going to use this strong language here, and we can find a community who's going to stop bitching and whining and start doing. My mission is to find people who want to start doing. And so I'm going to have these calls. I'm going to have these calls for 42 months because we're launching in September. And I'm going to show you every day what I'm doing on my trading platform, because that is consistency, one thing, and integrity, second thing. And so I'm just looking for people who are going to be consistent and have integrity, because that's going to come through in the value of the coin. Okay, so having said that, let's dive into some basic principles. Here's the idea behind doing this. September, we're going to treat as a learning month. In other words, how do I place a limit order? How do I get into the habit of doing that daily? So we're not going to see massive anything changing in the value of the coin. Okay, let's make sure we're very clear on that. We're not going to see anything massively change in the value of the coin. Okay, no price change there. The value is going to come through development. We get that. We're not going to see massive price change, but we are going to see slowly a bigger and bigger community understanding how to approach the marketplace, not as a market taker, but as a market maker. Okay, that's going to be a learning curve. Over time, as more and more people get educated, you will see something called critical mass, and this is important. Over time, as more people are educated, critical mass will kick in, which will then drive value into the coin, either upward, if we're all in unity and there's critical mass moving in the same direction, downward, if we're all in unity in the opposite direction of a price climb, or sideways, if we're all in unity of seeing the price bounce up and down. Okay, it's up to the community. But September, I'm treating as a learning month. So we're not going to do any fandangled anything in September. We're just going to get in the habit of opening up our platform and responsibly, courageously, and with education going and placing orders. So just give me a yes if you're in for that. September is our yes month. We're going to say yes to doing something simple, and we're going to build a habit and consistency. October, we're going to see if we can change from first gear to second gear. Okay, we're not going to go from first to sixth. We're going to go first, establish how to drive in first gear. Then we're going to go to second. September's our first gear month. So I'm going to share my screen with you. This is going to be a recap of last week. I'm going to go through it a little bit quicker, but again, it's so that we can really drum in these basics. Then I'm going to open up Gstrade, my own account. I'm going to show you some live trade. Okay, so let's dive into it. I'm going to share screen with you. Let me go across to, where did I put this? There you go. Okay, so let's get us into a slideshow here. Yeah, slideshow, that would be great from the beginning. Okay, very, very quickly, want to make sure that we all know where to find information. So if you go into Gstrade.exchange and you scroll right down the page, scroll right down to the bottom of the page where you see obviously all the information about, you know, licensing, etc. Above that, you'll see this interactive tab. And if you click on that interactive tab, it'll take you into a breakdown of what the rules are. So I'm just going to highlight certain topics here. Firstly, I want to point out that the company, that's the company that owns Gstrade, they are going to release 17.24 million every month for the next 42 months, bang, into that exchange. Okay, that's going to be released so that it can be divvied out to the trading community. The second thing I want to point out is that this is not an open trading competition. It is a closed trading competition. In other words, there is a requirement that you need to fulfill in order to take part in this. And the requirement is a ranking requirement. Now, we talk about director ranks, we talk about executive rankings, we talk about ambassador rankings specific to the partner program. So why has the company gone with this to begin with? Well, it knows that the partners, the marketers, have put themselves in the firing line. They've put their names, their reputations in public spaces, and so they have what's called a reputational investment into the success of this coin. So they're pretty motivated to learn how to trade. Okay, guys, I'm just going to make sure that we're still on mute on some of the recording here. That's fantastic. So that's the first thing. Companies opening up first to the partners. That's what we're seeing over here. The next thing to take note of is that according to that ranking, so there's an example at the bottom, according to that ranking, if someone hits the director rank, we say they've moved about 10,000 USDT of volume, then they've got to try and trade 20% of that, so $2,000 worth. So that's just some of the key highlights. I would encourage you to go read the entire thing for yourself. Now, I wanted to make it really simple for us to go, so how do we set some goals here? The first goal is, how do we break down trading activity in a day? If you want to do $2,000 worth within a calendar month, and the nice thing about cryptocurrencies is that it never sleeps. It's not like the Forex market. It's not like the stocks market that only trades 5 out of 7 weekdays. The cryptocurrency market trades 7 days out of 7 days of a week. So you can go and pick your trades. What I've done here is I've looked at 2,000 USDT of value. I've worked it at 4 trades a day at 25 USDT, which gives you 20 trading days. In other words, I've gone, hey, if you want to take the weekend off, if you want to take the day off, if you've got a day that you know you're in back-to-back meetings and you're never going to open your exchange, you've got some margin here, margin for error, margin for days off. Okay, so this is my breakdown. This is how I look at the trading. I want to make it super manageable in amongst everything that I'm doing at the moment. So I'm looking for just 4 trades a day at a 25 USDT of value per trade. And I'm just monitoring 3 trading pairs. I'm keeping it super simple for myself. So the 3 trading pairs that I'm monitoring, and again, this is on the Gstrade.exchange. I've gone and clicked the top tab that says markets, and I'm monitoring the Bitcoin G999 pairing. I'm monitoring the Ethereum G999 pairing, and I'm monitoring the USDT 999 pairing because I've seen that those have the highest volumes in it. So I want to go and play where the big volumes are. Certain things to remember. The market decides the direction. Okay. The market reflects a community sentiment. So it is a give and take. So when you arrive at the market, you need to acknowledge that there's a sentiment. It's either a downward sentiment or an upward sentiment. And you want to trade in the direction of the sentiment. It can also be a sideways sentiment. Now, if enough people keep arriving at the market over time, they can also change that sentiment. Okay, so write that down. The markets reflect sentiment. It's best to trade in the direction of a sentiment. But here's the exciting thing. We've seen it with Dogecoin. We've seen it with Cardano. We've seen it with True Badger. You can also change a sentiment and therefore change a market. So let's go take a look at the G999 Bitcoin pairing. We're going to always look at the 1 hour candle, the 3 hour candle, and we're going to make sure that we've set our dashboard to candles. So how do we do that? Firstly, we go and look at the G999 Bitcoin pairing. We look for this tab here and we change it from its default setting of 5 minutes to 1 hour. That's the first thing we do. The second thing we do is we change its default setting from area to candles. And it will give us a very different looking chart. Candles, this is a good education process here. If it's a green candle, it means we saw an upward movement in price for that 1 hour period. We see a red candle, that means we saw a downward movement in price over that 1 hour period. If we zoom out, we can see that there are trading periods where there is predictability. In other words, you could have sold G999 here, okay, from 10 sats down to 9 sats, and then you could have bought it at 9 sats and ridden it back up. And so there's an opportunity to move $25 in one direction, $25 in another direction. You do that 4 times, you've done $100 worth of trade. Remember, we're not trying to move the market in any direction currently. The month of September is simply to get in the habit of doing 4 trades of $25 a day. Okay, so we just want to get into the habit. We don't want to influence sentiment, influence market yet. We want to make sure that we know what we're doing. So I'm going to stop the share there. I'm not going to go into each of the pairings. What I thought we'd rather do is open up Gstrade and go and have a look at a live chart right now. I am going to ask you to interact a bit in the chat function, so get your fingers ready. Because you're going to help me place these trades. And if you give me the wrong advice here, we're going to go in the wrong direction, or we're going to place the wrong trade, and it's going to cost me money. Okay, so I want you paying attention. Work with me on this one. Okay, try not to. I've got Rob giving me a thumbs up, and the rest of you are laughing at me. So this might just work in the opposite direction, but let's just go play anyway. So we're going to get onto the Gstrade.exchange. I'm going to share that with you. Here we're sitting on the Gstrade.exchange. You can see that this is, I've only got 2 accounts, just so you know. I've got my account, Bruce OTC, and I've got my wife's account. So we've got 2 accounts with the company, 2 different people, 2 different sets of KYCs. And between the 2 of us, I manage both of those, but we obviously work together on what's happening in the markets. You know, I keep Jen appraised of our business and what we're doing in there. So we're currently sitting on my trade exchange account. Second thing I've done is I've clicked on markets, okay, because the market is where buyers and sellers meet. So I need to be at the market in order to make a buy trade or a sell trade. Once I'm in markets, I need to go and choose the pairing. Now I want to look at the Bitcoin pairing, the Ethereum pairing, and the USDT pairing. So I simply click on the first one I want to look at. I'm going to ask for your help here. This is where the chat function kicks in. Before I do anything, I need to choose the right kind of chart to look at. So help me make some good decisions here. Where am I going first? What am I doing first? What do I want to make sure that I'm looking at first. Absolutely. We got a whole lot of people saying 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. We've got some people saying, go to the candles now. So, you know, 2 steps ahead, 1 step ahead. Let's go change the time interval as Hassan has so beautifully typed in there. So we're clicking on the 5. We're going to go take a look at the 1 hour chart. That's the first thing we're going to do. Now, this is unhelpful because it doesn't show me direction and it doesn't show me volume. It doesn't show me big, full, healthy, fat candles that are either red. It doesn't show me green candles either. So we need to go change that. So we want to change it into candles, not hollow candles, candles. All right, now this is very zoomed in. Okay, it's giving me probably a 24-hour, maybe even a 12-hour period here. It's not so helpful. So I'm going to just zoom us out a little bit. I want to see what's happening over the last few days here. So looking at a zoom out here, I can see a sideways trend there for a period, pop down, sideways trend, pop down, sideways trend, pop down. Overall trend is downwards at the moment. What does that mean? Overall market sentiment is pro Bitcoin, okay, and anti G999. Now, when I say anti, I'm not saying against, okay? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the market chooses between only 2 things. Now remember, it's only got a choice of 2 things here. It's either choosing Bitcoin or it's choosing G999. That's it. Which one is growing in price at the moment? You go look on CoinMarketCap. And again, this is an interactive session, so go type it in the bottom. In the last 7 days, which of these coins globally has grown in value? Okay, Judy's got it right. Harry's got it right. Dave's got it right. Dave and Crystal have it right. Elvin's got it right. Okay, Paul Taylor. Bitcoin has grown in the last 7 days. It's grown from a low of 34,000 up to 50,000. And who can tell me what it's currently floating at? And again, I'm talking in USDT here and USDT value. So I want to just keep it against a traditional currency. In the comment section, what is Bitcoin's price currently sitting at today? 48,225, yeah, 48,581. Yeah, it's sitting in the 48,000 range at the moment. And again, it might be slightly different on your exchange because the price of Bitcoin even can change. It's sometimes higher in Zimbabwe than it is in California. It's sometimes higher in Venezuela than it is in the Netherlands. But globally, we're sitting at about the 48K range. Okay, so it's gone up. Bitcoin's gone up in value. And so when people are looking at these 2 coins, they're going, well, I will sell G999 in order to get more Bitcoin. And what have we seen? We've seen slowly G999 going down in value as more people understand the market, as more people have been selling G999 and moving into Bitcoin. So market sentiment is pro. It wants to go into Bitcoin. It doesn't want to go in this decision. It doesn't necessarily want to go into G999. That's what market is saying at the moment. Now, in preparation for September, I want to make sure that I am trading $25 worth. I don't mind if it's going up or down. I don't mind if it's trending. I'm here to trade because I want to go and trade $2,000 worth of coin. Do I want to go and collect a whole lot of Bitcoin? That's one decision. Do I want to go and collect a whole lot of G999? That's another decision. It's a personal decision. So let's go down and have a look at it. I want to scroll past the charts. I've got a decision to make here. I'm either buying G999 or I'm selling G999. Now, I have bought G999. So I'm currently sitting on a balance of G999. And in fact, if you scroll further down to my sell orders, because I'm currently sitting on a balance of G999, I'm currently selling G999 at 7 sats. I'm selling 4,000 coins at 7 sats. I'm selling 4,900 coins at 7 sats. If you go punch this into a calculator, you'll see that this is about $30 worth of value. I started on $25 worth, by the way, because I've traded up and down. So I'm sitting $5 up in value just because of moving in and out of Bitcoin. So I've got $30 worth that I've put into trade over here, which is awesome because when it sells, I'm sitting on $30 worth. It'll translate across into Bitcoin. And then I can go back and buy some. So all I'm doing is I'm cycling between buying and selling G999. Look at this. The red candle has shown us that the price is currently sitting down at 6 sats. Okay, I'm trusting that in the next hour that there will be a candle that climbs up to 7 sats and fulfills my sell order. If my order is fulfilled at 7 sats, at what price do you believe I'm probably going to go and place a buy order? In the chat function, just looking at the charts, looking at how it's ranging between two prices here. I'm selling at 7 sats. At what price will I be buying in again? Okay, now, this is a little test here. Let's take a look. Okay. Right, I've had one person guess I'm going to try and buy at 8 sats. No, I'm not going to buy at 8 sats, because if I'm selling at 7 and I'm buying at 8, that means I am buying at a loss. You want to always buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. And because we're moving sideways between 7 and 6 sats, you want to be buying at 6 or 5, and you want to be selling at 7. Remember, the month of September, as we go close to the month of September, we're not trying to move a coin in any particular direction. We're trying to learn how to place trades. So let's go have a look at how to do that. Now, first things first, we never sell at market. Okay, type in, please. I want to make sure we are so loud on this. Go and type in no market. Okay, if you go and select this, you go and select this, it is going to go and fetch the coin at whatever the current price is. And that's called market taking. We never take from the market. When you take from the market, it's like devaluing yourself. Okay, it's never a smart idea. What you want to do is be in control of the asking price. So you move it to limit. You want to put the limits of the selling and buying price. You want to be in control of your coin, what you're selling it for. That's a bit like choosing to sell your home. Okay, you don't want to just take the cheapest price that the first person walking in the door. Look here, market is the cheapest price the first person offers you. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Let's try and cultivate some control here. So limit order, that's the first thing we're going to do. I've got some G999, so I'm going to go place a limit order. Remember, I want to sell it at this high here, so I'm going to go place an order. I'm going to go put 7 sats in. I just type 7. I did that from the back of the price, and I'm going to throw not a lot of coins here. I'm going to go throw in. I like to use numbers that are not rounded. It might just be I don't know why. We're just going to go for that. So I'm going, and I've set the selling price that I'm happy with. I've set the amount of coins, and I'm going to go and click on sell G999. Your order has successfully been placed. Where do I go and look at that order? Well, let me go down here, pass the sell orders to my orders. There you go. I've got 3,210 coins at 7 sats. I've got another 4,000 at 7 sats, and I've got another 4,000 over here. Okay, that's the one set of order books I can look at. I don't just have to look at the G999 pairing. I can also look at the Ethereum pairing. Let's go take a look here. Okay, chat function. Again, what do we need to change, team? What do we need to change to get a healthier view, a more helpful view? Let's just make sure. I know this is repetitive, but I really want to hammer this stuff home. I hope this recording goes out to people, and I want to make sure that you can help others. So we want to go change the time interval. Let's go change it to 1 hour. Okay, we also don't want to be looking at this. Okay, this doesn't tell us which direction it's moving in. It doesn't tell us the health of the volume. So we want to go across to candle. We want to take a look. So look here, we've had some healthy, look at this big green candle. So this candle shows that it moved from 99 sats of Ethereum. It went all the way up to 125. So if somebody had a buy order sitting somewhere in here, and then they placed a sell order up here, they would have been pretty happy with that big price climb. But Ethereum's a tough one to trade. It has lots of these really nothing happening in that hour, nothing happening in that hour, nothing happening in that hour. This is a tough order book to trade on. And let me show you just how tough it is. I placed an order last week in Ethereum. So here, yeah, I placed it last week in Ethereum. I actually canceled it because nothing happened there. and I decided to just trade. No, here it is here. Yeah, I decided to just trade on the Bitcoin and USDT pairing. So I have no trades open on Ethereum because this order book is really tough to play with. So I'm not going to recommend trading there unless you're seeing something I'm not seeing. And again, we could have people doing that. Let's take a look at G999 USDT. You know what to do here. We want to change the time frame. We want to change it to candles. We want to take a look. A bit healthier than Ethereum, not as healthy as the Bitcoin order book, but we see some good movements here. We saw some sell candles here. We saw some buying candles here. And this generally is a bit of a sideways move that we're seeing, sitting across between 34, 33, and sitting at sort of 30-ish over here. I'm going to zoom out slightly. What? Too much. There you go. Okay, so traded sideways, big drop down, trading sideways at the moment. So let's go take a look. I have G999 at the moment. This is not a good selling opportunity for me. I don't like all these red candles here. This shows that there's downward movement at the moment. I would much rather some of my other sell orders on Bitcoin got filled. I do have some USDT sell orders in place. Let's go take a look. Okay, I've got some sell orders sitting at 31 sats. Let's go take a look at where 31 sats is. 3120, I think, was my sell order. 3160, sorry, 3160, not sats. That's USDT. So I'm sitting over here. I've got some sell orders sitting in here from earlier. If they get fulfilled and the price drops down here to the 30, I'm going to go place buy orders at 30 again. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I am going to place the sell order now, and I'm going to go place it up here at 33 sats in case there's an upward movement. I want to catch a good sell price up here, and then I'll go and look to rebuy again at a lower price. So let's go do that together. First thing I made sure of, limit. Okay, I'm not going to go to market. I'm not going to give this a cheap price. I'm not going to let somebody else dictate it for me. I've set it to limit. I'm going to go set it at, let's make sure, I'm going to go set it at 33 sats. I'm happy to go here because it's been at 34. It's almost been at 35. It's hit 33 a couple times. So this is kind of a bit of an outlier, but I'm going to go and place it anyway. So always start from the, man, what's my screen doing? Always start from the back of the number, 33. I want to move it up. There you go. So it's sitting at the right value. And I'm just going to throw, maybe let's go throw in, I may as well just throw in the 7,000 that's sitting there, 7762. Move that up by pressing the zeros, get in the right decimal place. $25 worth of value. So that's one of my 4 trades that I'm looking for. I'm going to click sell. Right, so it's taken me, with you, it's taken me 30 minutes, but we've got in place 2 sell orders. Today, in the entire day, you can take a look. I've got that sell order placed. I've got that sell order placed. I placed that earlier today. That's probably from yesterday. That's actually from earlier today. So I've got some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orders all sitting here waiting for it to be filled. And then I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to stop staring at this platform, and I'm going to go have supper with my family, because I'm not going to let the emotions of the charts mess with my head. I'm not going to stare at it, willing it to change, because it's just a numbers game. It's not an emotional game. And I just want to make sure that we will understand that. If we've got a simple strategy, then we don't have to have an emotional roller coaster, and we don't have to make emotional decisions that end up costing you money. Okay, so what I did want to do today is I did want to do GS Wealth and Lydian World. What I'm going to do rather is see if I can do a recording on that and post it into the team. I do know, and I want to say this, Harry from the Netherlands, Harry van Skyke, is doing some phenomenal training on Lydian World. I cannot match the level that he is putting out into the community, and he's making those trainings available into the G999 community groups, but you can also find those on YouTube under Lydian Lions or Lydian World. So for those of you who have been asking questions about Lydian World, who wanted a good walkthrough, I am not going to create a better teaching than what Harry has created. There are currently 5 phenomenal training videos on Lydian World. Really want to encourage you, if you've got questions on that, go find them. Go find them on YouTube. They're there. They're available. And they've also been made available on your GS Partners platform under a tab called Media Repository. So where do you find the Media Repository? It's on your GS Partners dashboard under Marketing. Okay, why is it under Marketing? Because if you understand a product, a service, the platform, you can better represent it. So go under Marketing. Under Marketing, you will find Media Repository, and there's a whole lot of good information coming through there. You can find more information on the Lydian World. So please go check that out, or plug into Harry's training. He does do it fairly regularly. So that's it. I'm going to ask that we finish today's call. There's not a lot in Q&A, so let's maybe try and fly through some questions in just 5 minutes. Again, you know how this works. This isn't a webinar, it's a meeting. You can turn your camera on, turn your microphone on. Matthew is fastest finger. Matthew, over to you.
Yeah, this trading competition is only for rank achievers, directors and above, right? But anyone can trade.
Absolutely, Matthew.
Right? Even if.
Absolutely.
Right? And anyone can trade. I mean, even though it's not a competition, and how can we promote that side of it? I mean, everybody's not going to be rank achievers. So how can we promote trading for people who don't achieve those ranks?
So Matthew, I love that question, and it is why I started the call for the first 5 minutes talking about what if we could get a community moving in the same direction by teaching the basics first. And so some people will see this as an opportunity to learn and then move with the community regardless of the incentive. And other people will probably complain that they're not going to get the advantage of getting some free coin from trading. Because that's just how people are wired, right? There are those who go, I'm not a victim, I'm a victor, and I want to go and make this work for me because I know that if I get the price of the coin up, suddenly my passive income through noding and DeFi and staking really starts making me sit in a strong position. Okay, that's a victim mindset. But I just know, and you know, and we can take a look at any social media group, that there's a whole nother group of people who are going to complain. Matthew, how would I promote this? I'd be telling people, regardless of whether you're getting into the incentive, you should still be looking at the trading. Whether this is a utility coin, whether it's a speculative coin, doesn't change the fact that it's on the open market, which means it's tradable. And I want to encourage us to exercise some trading muscles. I think it's a helpful muscle to exercise.
Well, if you do it right way, you might even make some money by trading, correct?
Absolutely. I've got her son's like, yeah, because her son knows the game of trading, and we've got some incredible traders in our community. So this is a journey, Matthew. It's a journey that we're inviting people on. I can see Alvin's mic has just gone live and Mike Lamb's mic. So I'm going to ask Alvin to speak next, and then Mike Lamb. Matthew, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, one more thing. Would you encourage trading cross exchange from one exchange to another exchange because of the arbitrage?
So Matthew, an arbitrage will exist. Sorry, Alvin, I'm just going to mute you for now in a moment. Matthew, an arbitrage exists when there's difference in prices, and the easiest way probably to start seeing a difference in price is to first focus on one exchange. You know, we've seen it in the past where we've seen teams of people, teams of traders, all direct their attention in one specific trade and move a coin there in order to actually create an arbitrage opportunity. If everybody's just trading on every exchange, then it'll always stay. It'll always come down to market sentiment, technical analysis, etc. Arbitrage can only exist if there's.
Thanks.
Great questions, though. Great questions. Right, Alvin, I'm going to hand to you first, and then we're going to Mike Lamb. Alvin, go for it.
Hi, Bruce. Thanks again for everything. Just wanted to ask, in terms of the incentive, can you actually join the actual incentive after within the 42-month period? So is it, if you hit rank in a year or 6 months, you can still be part of it?
Absolutely, Alvin. Absolutely, you can. So the way it works is it always looks at what rank did you hit the month before. Well, now you're eligible to go and not just trade, but then also get paid out extra G999 coins that have been set aside, put into a wallet to pay out to the ranked traders. So yeah, absolutely, great question.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Mark Lamb, over to you.
Hi, Bruce. Just a quickie, really. I've been in multi-level marketing and done a few bits and pieces, but none of the coins that we were involved with or the tokens we were involved with ever materialized. So I decided not to get involved with the multi-level marketing side of things, but I do believe that the token that we have in the G999 is a very serviceable token, and that by trading it, we increase the value of the coin over years. And if you think about 42 months, we can make a huge difference. So I urge people to share this information and to teach them how to trade, because it really will make a huge difference. And Bruce, thank you very much for your efforts and energies put in. It's really appreciated.
Mark, thank you so much. And again, thank you for just raising that very simple point. If we put energy into this over the next 42 months, imagine where the coin will be. You're spot on. Thank you for that. Frankie Borman. Okay, you're the last one that's allowed to talk today, and then I've got to jump off. I'm actually late for another call. So Frankie, over to you.
Okay. Hi, Bruce. Hi, everybody. Bruce, I just wanted to ask quickly, after the other night's call, I placed a buy order at 6 sats and a sell order at 8 sats. And Gstrade sold my coins at 8 sats and never bought at 6 sats. Why is that?
So just go look at the volumes. If your order was one of 8.2 million other coins set at the same price, it'll just be working through the first orders first. So just go check if there's a big amount of orders there. You can go look on the order book. I know even on the sats currently, I was about to say there's 8 million coins, but I might just be there's more than 1 million. I was counting how many numbers were after the first number. Just go look on the order book. Your order is placed in there amongst all those other orders as well.
Okay,
great question.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Right, so I want to thank everybody. I know I'm behind on uploading recordings. I promise you I'm getting on it. I finally got the Zoom recording working on my laptop. You've noticed I've been working off my phone only, so back in control, and I'll make sure that I post those recordings. So every person who keeps adding value, to all of you who jump on these calls and add value, share the recording, share the information, share what you've learned, because as Mike Lamb has so beautifully pointed out, what if we had a bigger, more equipped community working together over the next 42 months? And we've seen case studies on that. So thanks, everyone. Cheers.
Thank you.